Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Well, the sculpture project didn't get as good a response as I'd hoped. So, and I think it's something that's going to build over a period of time, but it's a long-term project, and I'm not going to kind of present it as a bulk, because it'll probably be 14 or 20 episodes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put the nutcracker attachment, motor attachment, onto the in between each one of the sculpture projects. One week it'll be the sculpture, next week it'll be the nutcracker, next week sculpture, next week nutcracker, allowing both of them to build as we go. So enjoy the coming nutcracker attached motor. All right, well, this is Nick Collier again, and we've got a new project. It's one day after Christmas, and nothing really goes on during the whole Christmas season. We just finished a job that has been going on for a month or so, and I'm ready to start in on this project here. Now, we make this tool here and sell it throughout the United States. It's called the Nutcracker, and basically it cracks macadamias and black walnuts and hard shell almonds and any kind of nut that's got a hard shell on it. Kind of uses the rock crusher technology, and we've been making these for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. We sell probably 30 or 40 a year. It's enough to keep things going. But, and it's a hand-driven thing. I'm going to give you a picture of it. But it's a hand-driven thing. And so what I'm wanting to do, and I've been thinking about this for a couple of years now, is I'm wanting to put a motorized version out on the market. And so after going through probably, I don't know, 10 motors to come up with something that's going to work, this one kind of works. Well, it works great. It's just that, it doesn't quite fit the way I want it to fit. But it's, it is what it is, right? So we have to adjust to this. And yesterday I made an adapter to go from, from this shaft to this receiver. And there's the adapter there. But I got done and I realized that if something harder got in here, there's a lot of torque on this, and that little screw is just not going to hold up. It's going to be a problem. And last thing I want to do is send a customer a new part, or have him send the whole thing back and have me put a new part in it. So, I thought about it for, I don't know, several days, trying to come up with something that's going to work. Now, the handle, where is the handle? Oh, it's over here. You can see the square nut, or the square receiver, goes on to the squareness of the shaft, and this turns the cam, which gives you the action. And then of course the bolt goes on there and tightens that up, and this becomes your action. But I want to put the motor on there, and as I said, this is not gonna really get it. So I'm thinking to take this square, and I'm gonna sacrifice one of these handles, I've got a few of them, and go ahead and cut this around and then build up the wall and attach this to that somehow. I don't know how yet, but we're going to work on it. And then have it so that I can come in here and put a bolt in fairly easily and tighten that up. So this is the job today, is to get this to go in to attach to this part here. So follow along. We're going to have some fun. All right, here we are back at the mill. Now, if you haven't used these little square blocks before, man, get some. They're fairly inexpensive and they save a ton of time because you can just set up your collet and put the back on, tighten it up a bit, and these days I just use a pair of pliers because I don't have the tightener tool anymore. I don't know what happened to it. Pliers will do the trick though. Now, clean this up a bit. Drop that in. A little bit more. Yep, there we go. Tighten that up. This is nice and tight. Let's take the drill chuck off. Come up with a bit. Tighten her up. Okay, now we want to go less than the handle. And the handle, I believe, is 1/4 inch. $2.50. So we're going to come in. Let's come out here, drop this down, we'll face that off, then we know where our surface is. Now we just come in about, well, I'd say 240. We could just do 235 and be happy with that. Lock everybody in and cut. I saw that thing move. Maybe I didn't get it tight enough. Obviously not. Let's bring it back to here and see where we're at. This is a chamfered bit. Damn it! I wanted a backing on that. Okay, so let's just leave that there. Yeah, it's got a little 45 on it right there. Oh well. Not a disaster. Just a setback. It feels like we got a cobalt bit here, so that's going to make things go a little faster. All right, so now we come down and mill this whole thing back off again. All right, I must have went over this 10 times. Finally got it to fit. So that's what we want. Now we take it out. And we need to drill and tap the inside of this. And that shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see if we... Yeah, we got plenty of room to squish that in. All right, good. Okay, so now we want to cut this around here so that we've got a plug with that square in it. Now the thing I can do is let's go ahead and scratch that in. Now I took a socket. It's about the same size. That looks pretty good. What do you think? Yep. All right, let's go over to the saw. we got it. Okay, so we want to take our plug, put it on the mandrel, put the screw in, and tighten it up. That ought to do the trick. Now let's take it over and put it in the lathe. Uh-oh, it's still sloppy. Well, we'll put it in the lathe and see if we can tighten it up from there. Yep, it's tight. Oops. Okay, we got that tight. Alright, that's a good start. Now we gotta go find a piece of pipe that will fit that. Or tubing, one or the other. And we'll be back. Okay, it's time to, we're gonna square up this surface here. We've welded the plug on, and we've cut a entry into the side of that. So we're going to square this up, and then we're going to come in and flip it and go ahead and put a plug in the back side. A lot of noise in the shop at this moment, so I'm going to do a little voice overlay. Jason welded in the square to the sleeve, and now I'm just kind of cleaning up the surfaces. Now I'm going to flip it around and bore the hole so that we can build a plug for that side with the motor shaft size as the receiver. The piece of pipe is a bit long, so I'm going to trim that down to probably, I took about 3/8 of an inch off of it. Okay, now we're working on the plug, and probably going to drill and bore it, and then we'll take it over to the saw and cut it off. Bit got a little bit dull, so it's time to regrind the bit, right? Then, of course, regrind the bit a second time because you can never tell about inside radiuses. Oh, now I remember what happened. Is the bit chipped, and then, of course, it chewed up the surface, and so by the time I got it cleaned up, it was oversized. So now I'm going to oversize it by 200 thousandths and put a plug in there and recut that plug to fit the shaft of the motor. Okay, it's a pretty snug fit, but I'm able to tap it in and cut it, and we'll be all set. I think we welded the inside too, if I remember correctly. Okay, well, we realized too late that we couldn't get into to push the broach through without the square end being gone or not there yet. And of course, it is there, so we're now cutting that off so that we can get in and push the broach through. There it goes. Okay, it took a while to find this little boring bar, but the plan was is to go in and bore the back side of that sleeve, which is the side that has the that butts up to the motor, and then go in and push the broach through to get a key, and then go from there. So Jason's tigging this back together,